Hey, Bella. Nah, man, put that away. Put that away. That's not gonna do anything. I got what you need. I got what you fucking need. Look, look, look. Look, don't make it obvious. Don't make it obvious. Don't make it obvious. Shh. They're watching. I got this one.
Where'd you get these, man?
See this one?
You're not supposed to have these.
All right, take this, take this.
Okay.
Give me the money.
How much?
Don't worry about it. I'll send an invoice.
Oh, okay. Guys, this isn't legal.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Good morning, good evening, good night. We're here today with God's gift, HK's gift.
Oh yeah.
That they won't release to the general public.
But you can get it in Airsoft.
Yep.
So what's up guys, welcome to the channel. This is Foghorn 5. So have you guys ever wanted to buy your next gun and there's a million companies that make it? Well, so have we. So today we have a special video. We actually have two different company HK MP7s and we're gonna test them. So if you're in the market for buying an MP7, are you gonna go for the normie route? Or are you gonna try to find the special gun? So Tyler, what is that?
This is the VFC MP7. This is the Asia edition.
And then this right here is the KWA MP7. Usually when you see people have MP7s, this is what you see, right? So today we're gonna go over what's better. How much is this, by the way?
I think it's like 300 or something like that. I paid like 340, I think.
This gun is already more expensive than this, right?
Yeah.
This thing is like what, 250
or something.
250.
Like that.
So yeah, I mean, let's put them to the test. Let's see what's really worth it. There's some comparisons as far as aesthetics that we're gonna go over, and we're gonna see how these guns perform.
So the MP7 was designed to try to get through body armor, designed in mind with a completely brand new round, 4.6 by 30. It was made for the Navy SEALs. There was a contract, I think SOCOM put out.
Wasn't it used for a lot of, or designed for a lot of like crewmen and patrols and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be for like rear echelon troops.
Right, but it didn't actually get used a lot in that sense. It kind of got issued out to more elite
special forces,
dudes,
dudes that were moving fast and wanted something small.
Right. Does this gun still have service life right now?
Yeah, they're still in armories, but nobody likes to use them anymore.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that it just takes too much to put someone down with them.
Yeah, you literally like dump like
your whole mag on them.
2/3 of a mag to kill somebody.
Yeah.
They're like really angry 22s.
Yeah. Anyways, that part doesn't even count. It's fucking cool. Who cares? Look at this thing.
Who fucking cares?
Come on. This was both of one of our first guns that we got getting into Airsoft, and just in every game that we ever played, I mean, we just oogle and ogle over this thing. It's just such a cool gun.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
Yeah, Battlefield, Insurgency. I mean, that's a newer game.
Half-Life. It's always been a banger, can't lie.
Counter-Strike. They're super unavailable in the civilian market. We'll go over a more in-depth history on this gun because I do want to do a clone video on this gun.
Yeah, if you guys want to see clone videos, make sure to bug us in the comments because Tyler takes 4 years to do one. To start off, we are gonna chrono it, then we're gonna do a couple drills, and then we're actually gonna test these bad boys at range. So let's get into that right now.
Alrighty, so we're gonna be chronoing the VFC MP7. This is the A1, by the way. A1, it's got the foldy grip. Stroking it.
Nasty.
So just a disclaimer, this is not the power-up suppressor. I like suppressors that are quick detach to just be for tracers, not for power-up. Yeah, we're gonna be chronoing with .30s. And we'll give it a go. We're gonna do 3 shots. All right, number 1 is 322 and 1.45 joules. 314, 1.38. 324, 1.46 joules. Looking pretty consistent.
All right guys, so we're gonna now get into the KWA MP7. So I don't have my suppressor on here either, just so it's a fair game, because mine actually is a power up. My gas mag is leaky. I have my mags tapped, right? HPA tapped.
Because you're weird.
I'm Mr. HPA. But to show that this is a fair comparison, we got 130 PSI gas, right?
Yep.
Check my tank right up here. You see that gauge is on 130.
Yeah, so we're at 130.
So there you go. So we are doing a fair comparison. A lot of people kind of have an understanding that like HPAing your gas gun is making it perform better. Honestly, you're just replacing the fuel form, right? So it's air as opposed to gas, and it's a more consistent output or gas output. But we are doing it fair, right? There we go. All right. Got 337. Joules are 1.59. 328. Joules 1.5. Like exactly the same though. Nice. 328.7 though, 1.51. So
HPA is just going to make you more consistent.
Yeah. So I mean, that is a little bit of the upside running at HPA, but it's still showing off, you know, where we're at as far as power. With the KWA off rip, just, you know, it's going to be a little bit more powerful. Actually, I should mention that this is the low power CQB bolt.
Oh yeah.
To make that field compliant, right? So this gun originally right out of the box shoots at like 400,
super hot, yeah.
Which is too much. Like usually you're going to have to get this, right? So I feel like that's a pretty fair comparison because that gun comes field ready. This gun, you have to mod it field ready, right?
Yep.
That's kind of impressive on the KWA end where it's still, even with its CQB bolt, we're still shooting a bit more hot than the VFC. One thing about shooting this gun is it's a little less snappy, you know, I guess you could say that it's a bit more manageable, but I think with the gas gun, you want a bit more kick. The bolt travel is a lot less than that gun.
There's less mass moving.
Now let's go into the trigger pull.
All right, yeah, so we got a little bit of squish. It's actually pretty crisp. Little bit of a wall, 2-pound wall. Crack. And then...
That's a nice hammer drop sound too.
Yeah,
it sounds real crispy.
Yeah. Then we'll check the reset. It's nice. It feels plasticky, not in a bad way. Like it feels like you're dropping a hammer in a little plastic gun.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So here we go, trigger pull. Real soft and squishy right there. That's the stuff I do not like. And then
it's like no wall.
Get a reset, yeah. Very, the reset is literally like a fucking ant kicking you. And yeah, it's honestly, it's really not the best trigger pull you could get out of a gas gun. It's very squishy the whole way down. You feel zero wall. Yeah, it's just full squish the whole way, yeah. KWA kind of feels, I don't know, it's hard to say because it's a lot more sturdy feeling of a gun.
Really heavy.
But it's a little bit more toy feeling when you're shooting it. Where the VFC feels a little bit more plasticky overall, but it performs a lot more like what you'd kind of want, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and test that rate of fire now too?
Yeah, so we'll dump a little bit at that hill. Jesus.
That was nice.
I literally have not shot this thing on full auto. That's crazy.
That was actually really good.
That's insane.
Do one more.
A little clunk right there. That's crazy.
It stutters a bit, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if I need to clean it, but it feels really cool.
Watch, when we go to the KWA, you guys are gonna see that this gun just packs that punch.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, that's kind of where you're spending that extra 50 bucks buying this gun.
Oh yeah.
Just the feel of it, it's a lot more, I think, what you would expect to get out of a gas gun, you know what I mean? All right, last thing, let's check this full auto. Flip the fuck you California switch, and here we go. Oh, here we go. I feel like the VFC was faster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the VFC was way faster, which is really impressive because,
a lot faster.
I mean, the bolt travel is so much smaller on this gun. So that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just VFC's gas system is just more efficient.
Yeah, for sure.
It's getting more gas through the system.
Think KWA is kind of chugging along a little bit more.
Yeah, well, that's an older system. The VFC came out fairly recently, like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Last 5-ish years.
Let's top it off. For the money, I mean, I'd say the KWA is still good. It's definitely not a bad gun. I would never call this thing a bad gun at all. When it comes to usually what you're looking for out of buying a gas gun, if you spend that extra 50 to get the VFC, I think you're gonna be a little bit more happy in that sense. But that's not everything. So you know, we're just talking about feel, the gun's output, right? I mean, the KWA is in the lead when it comes to actual power performance. All right, so the drill part, we're gonna do just 3 drills. So we're gonna do just a couple hammered pairs, and then we're gonna do some standing, kneeling, and prone. I like those because it kind of gets you used to the ergonomics of the gun. So, shooter ready?
Yep. Miss, yeah. Feels quick. It's just safety selection on this gun is a little funky.
Yeah,
like my thumbs aren't long enough to get to it.
Middle, left, right, just one shot on each.
Bam, bam.
Shooter, you ready?
Yep. Miss, damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
Damn, you did ass that time.
I'm terrible.
Nice. Doing some movement like that, how does it feel?
The long mag makes it hard to like aim up.
Right.
Because I'm aiming up at a hill.
In that prone position, especially.
Yeah, but I mean, it's doable. It's, you know, it's a small little package. Feels like you're holding a little pistol.
Nice, you got all those.
Yeah.
That was solid.
Yeah, it's a cool gun to do that kind of drill with. It's not a gun that you really feel like you would be doing a lot of proning with.
Right.
But cool, for sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna start with just the hammered pairs, just like Tyler did, so.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yeah. Missed that. Yeah, I mean, recoil is super manageable. I mean, it's almost non-existent. You feel it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the gun performs fine. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the performance of it. Let's go into that next drill though.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
what was it? It was 3, right?
Miss on those last 2.
Yeah. There we go. Nice, yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, I mean, the gun, ergonomically, other than the stock, I mean, the stock, you know, is kind of a little shitty cheek weld. You don't really have much, it's a little uncomfortable, but honestly, it's not that bad, especially when you have your optic on a riser. I mean, you're barely even putting it up to your face like that, you know? You're not even resting on it. I'd say optimal setup is on a riser, so you don't have to rely on putting your face on this all the time.
Yeah.
Ergonomically, yeah, the gun is, you know, it's not a rifle, but it almost feels like one, and that's the intention, you know? So it's very well designed. I love the ergonomics of this gun.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There you go.
Nice.
Took your time with it.
Yeah, the gun feels good to move around with, for sure. Nice, light, compact. I didn't, even with this, I didn't have that much of an issue with being prone. Even with the long ass dick, you know, it's not that big of an issue.
Long ass dick.
The long ass dick.
Yeah, so he wants to try out the VFC MP7 just right after he tried the KWA.
Right off the bat, I mean, obviously you have a suppressor, it's way more front heavy. It feels a lot lighter, for sure. I don't know, there's just something like odd about it that makes it feel just a little bit more or less like a toy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird to say that because it feels lighter and like plasticky, but there's just something about it where it just, I think it feels a little bit better in your hands.
Finish.
Yeah, the polymer just feels a lot nicer, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this gun's nice. What do you think I should do? Should I do
do the 3, because you know, just to try it, you know.
Oh yeah, safety is a lot more sticky on this gun too.
It's
oh yeah,
stiff and clicky.
Yeah, for sure. It
really
actually
nice.
takes a little bit more force.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's get into it.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the kick that this gun has, it just feels way more what you expect to get out of a gas gun.
For sure.
And the trigger is really nice. Yeah, let's do one more, that was fun.
Yeah.
Damn, 2 misses. Yeah, I don't know, this gun.
It sounds cool too.
Makes me want to replace mine.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, the KWA is cool, but after picking up that VFC, I was just like, damn.
Oh my God, bro. Dude, that thing is gnarly on full auto.
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
Feels cool as shit.
What a fucking gun, holy shit.
Yeah. And he's yet to actually shoot it.
Yeah, I've never
like,
shot this before. This is my first time.
You haven't like dry fired it at home?
Mm-mm.
No? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this thing's nice.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll pick it up and I'll just dry fire it a couple shots.
Do you want to try the KWA?
Sure.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Fucking so close.
Nice.
It is a little underwhelming, but if you really want an MP7 and you don't want to try to like hunt down a VFC, yeah, this is a good option for sure.
Yeah.
It's still solid. Like, it's a good platform. There's not a lot of aftermarket support anymore because it's an older gun, but yeah, we'll get into that later.
I mean, I think one thing that's just a key tell to kind of tell consumers to just save their money and get the VFC was just my instant reaction. I mean, like I hadn't shot that thing and that thing was, I mean, it feels like a full GBVR. Like it felt good.
Yeah, it has that that polish, that extra
length, if you will.
that extra girth.
Yeah. Next phase we're gonna get into is actually testing these MP7s at range. So we're gonna see which gun handles better at range. You know, we already tested them mechanically, kind of got a feel for them just doing those shot drills. So we have targets set up 20 meters, 40 meters, and 60 meters. So, you know, I'd say with KWA being an SFG, short range weapon, that's roughly around the range that you're actually gonna get pretty effective with it. I think at this point, we're kind of trying to figure out where the BBs are landing, figure out the MOA of every single gun at every single range.
We're definitely gonna have to probably adjust for the elevation because it is a little bit far. And this is a gun that is suited for close quarters. So we're just kind of stretching its legs, seeing what it could do.
So you're gonna be going for that center mass, right? Yeah. That A zone.
Good. Not really sure where those went. They were hitting target. All right, we'll go for target number 2. I don't know where that went. I think we are pushing this gun to its limits at that, what is that, 40? Yep. I don't know if it's just my hop not being set properly or my dot. We're just kind of doing a rough, like, what can we get around with this gun? We'll go ahead and do that third target just as shits and giggles. My leg is up like Call of Duty.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Like if you're playing like Rainbow and your like legs are like this.
You're kicking your feet on the phone?
Yeah.
Me when I'm on the phone with the MP7, kick your feet.
Oh my God. You're an MP7?
60 meters.
Fuck if I know. That went anywhere where I wanted it to go. Oh, I see it. I think this gun is just going to be more effective at this 20 to 40 meter range.
You didn't even hit anything on that last target.
I'm sure I didn't. I think I heard, didn't I hit the...
Yeah, you hit the metal right there.
Yeah,
you got one.
Got one right there.
So were you aiming center mass right on there?
Yeah, pretty much. It's hard to see though because it is far. When you're locked in and you're playing, you might hit a human target, you know, at a further range. I think when you're actually playing versus shooting targets, it's a different discipline.
Yeah, nothing. I actually, when I was standing here, I was hearing them land over here. I mean, the range of where it actually was shooting and making a sizable impact for me to hear was back here.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just whether or not you're hitting that target, you know?
Right, yeah, it's still effective. It's just, you know, trying to hit a small little target from that far is tricky with, with an airsoft gun. That about sums it up. The effective range is just close range. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And that's what the gun is designed for. It's not supposed to be a sniper. Obviously, there's upgrades out there, but...
Fucking Tuscan Raider stick out of the way. All right, I'm like 10 times as tall as you, so...
All right, so we encountered a bit of an issue. He ran out of air in his HPA tank and didn't bring his other one.
We have a leaky mag.
We have a leaky green gas mag that's not tapped.
Hopefully it's enough to just get this final test down.
Get some fully juiced shots out at least.
Yeah, all right. I'll try to be quick with it. I'm gonna try to hit that 20 again. Here we go. Jamming, all right, 20. Let's try the 40. I'm just trying to top off the mag. Here we go, 40.
No one hit.
Yeah, I heard a hit. All right, let's try this 60 now. Didn't hear anything.
No hits on this one.
Nothing?
Nothing.
All right.
Yeah, we'll give you a fighting chance. Oh, that was good. One hit the target on D zone, and then one hit the stand. It's not too shabby. They were whizzing by, for sure. We'll go ahead and move on to the next target. All right, we're going to 40. Aim lower. None of those were hits.
It's farting pretty hard.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're whizzing by pretty high on that. Yeah. So I think your hop is just set a little funky. It's an older system, and it's not up to par with like newer gas guns. Newer gas guns are doing pretty well.
I feel like these leak pretty damn often.
They do leak pretty easily.
So that is kind of like a point deducted. Kind of hard to tell. I don't really know how the VFC ones perform in that aspect either. It could be just as bad, you know?
Yeah, we don't know for sure.
It is a newer system, you know, so there's a little bit of faith kind of in that as opposed to, you know, this older system.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's as much as we're gonna have to be able to do for the distance. At least we got to see the VFC perform a little bit better. I mean, I know you're marking a few targets from the KWA. Even just with seeing the two differences, I think the VFC just performs in the distance like a lot better, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I think this gun is a little more lackluster.
Yeah.
Let's go into just talking about the appearance of the gun, its differences, and our personal preference.
Yeah, we're basically just following suit like the rest of the video. We'll start with the VFC MP7 first. I mean, my first impressions when I got this gun, I was like, damn, this feels really, really nice. It looks really nice. It's got the full trades, because this is the Asia edition. Another thing about this gun is it's 1-to-1 to the real size of a real MP7, which is cool, and so that's something I really wanted. I guess when the KWAs and Tokyo Maruis were made, they didn't have an actual MP7 on hand to get the actual scale, so they're slightly scaled down. My
main difference is it's almost like the body is very similar size-wise. The VFC does stick out a bit more. I mean,
it's a little bit longer too.
Yeah, right next to each other, you could see that. But my biggest differences that I notice is the grip size on both foregrip, pistol grip, and stock butt, right?
Yeah.
And your actual metal rails are longer.
These are a little thicker too.
Yeah. As far as design, what plastic they're using?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely using a higher quality polymer. It's got a little bit more of a matte.
It's got a bit more of a texture to it as well.
The KWA, when it's not painted, it's a little bit more shiny.
Yeah.
Softer texture. On the molding, because this is obviously like an extruded molded gun, the serrations and stuff like that, and the stippling is really sharp.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Yeah.
You get a really good grip on the gun.
Going over controls, the KWA, its bolt release actually
is incorrect.
Yeah, it's incorrect. It goes up. So
bolt release on the VFC, you push down like a pistol slide release. So it's right here, and it's got a really stiff feel to it. Like, takes quite a bit of force to put it down.
Yeah, everything about the way that this gun functions is just more snappy feeling.
Yeah.
And then that comparison to this bolt release, obviously, like we said, it goes the wrong way, so you push up on it. Make your opinion.
So we go down.
And then this, we're gonna go up. I mean, it almost feels like the bolt in this gun is like microscopic, or the bolt in this gun is actually like full size.
The bolt is like actually 1-to-1 on the VFC.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and going over controls, I mean, everything on this gun feels very spring driven, where I think a lot of things on this feel very clicky and responsive.
Yeah.
The safety, there's like hardly any resistance. It takes no, muscle to actually cycle through this.
Yeah, and the thing about the KWAs is that the safety selectors are really inconsistent. Mine was like super like non-defined.
Yeah.
Between like safe, semi, and auto.
Where it actually lands, like visually on the gun, it kind of is a little confusing. Like sometimes I'll be like, am I on auto? Am I on safe? And then
because it's a little wobble.
The amount of wobble and travel within this thing is pretty crazy. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
As compared to this.
Really snappy. Going into auto is really nice.
It's very much more defined.
Yeah.
You know, like, where you're at.
The placement. Like, it doesn't end up getting wobbly up here. It always ends up going in the same spot, which is really nice.
Let's actually get a comparison of how much the travel is. Yeah, so on that gun, it looks like there's a decent amount of travel.
Full travel, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the bolt is kind of caught up right there, so it's not fully traveling.
Yeah, on this one.
Yeah, and
it's clunky.
Yeah, you could see it, and just the speed that thing is going forward at. I mean, this thing's moving in slow motion compared to when you're pulling that thing.
The recoil springs in here are a lot stiffer.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot more resistance when you rack this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this, once again, everything about the KWA, it's like I could do everything with my fucking pinky if I wanted to.
Yeah,
like this entire gun.
I mean, you could,
And then I guess last thing when it comes down to talking about functionality stuff is, yeah, we got stock and grip. So KWA, it actually only comes with one position. So that's more or less like the very early A1s, right?
Yes, yeah.
Where it's like before they had designed them to have 3 positions. So I actually cut some slots out of mine to give them 3 positions. So traditionally on the KWA, it's in or it is all the way out. But I cut notches. But VFC, it comes with the 3 positions how it should.
2, 3. Yeah, and like you could get your preferred length of pull.
Is that stock length different too? Is it longer? Fully
I think
extended?
it might be.
This is fully extended.
This is kind of wacky that we're doing this like this. We should have like gotten a table to do it.
This is a bit smaller, but I think that it's because of the butt pad.
Yeah, the butt pad is a little bit thicker. It's way thicker.
Yeah, and also, I never noticed, you have sling mounts right there.
Yeah, that's like the A2.
Feature about the MP7, if you may not know, there's these little holes, 2 holes right here on the back of the stock. It's for when you're disassembling the gun, you could put your pins in there so you don't lose them.
Yeah, your pins aren't retained like an AR. You actually pull them out.
All the way out.
They're loose, so if you lose them, you're completely screwed.
Yeah, so that's actually really cool. So KWA, that doesn't work. So if you're ever field working on your gun, you know, you're kind of fucked where you have to pay attention to these. This, you could store them where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, you store them right in the 2 little holes on the bottom of the stock.
Last thing is just, I guess, the grip.
Yeah, this is definitely more positive on mine. I don't know.
I mean, the KWA's grip is very nice.
Yeah.
That's definitely one thing I could give it a lot of props about. And how much wobble does yours have?
Like a little bit.
Yeah, same. That's pretty, I think that's pretty close on both of those guns. They're very similar. I mean,
KWA's feels more dense.
Yeah.
This one feels a little bit more hollow.
That's overall this whole gun though.
Yeah,
This gun does feel a lot more dense.
KWA is
yeah, it's chunky.
a little heavier.
It's really back heavy.
This has more recoil because you know you're moving. The bolt is first off larger, more mass moving in a lighter gun. You're gonna feel more recoil.
Yeah, how is the weight distribution? Because this is very back heavy.
Just based off of, I mean, we have pretty much the same accessories on. It's really well balanced. When there's nothing on it, this thing is crazy light.
Oh yeah, this thing is way more well balanced.
Yeah.
Oh,
this thing is like, where is it balanced?
It's extremely back heavy.
Back heavy, yeah.
It's really back heavy.
Yeah.
This thing it's a little back heavy too, but this takes a lot more effort to pull that spring down to flip it down there.
Yeah.
The stock is very smooth. That's nice. Yeah, everything about this gun is just way more positive,
more gun-like.
clicky. Yeah. Honestly, if you could get your hands on a VFC, that's kind of what I would say to go with.
Yeah.
My ending, opinion. They're both great guns. I don't think I'd really knock any of them performance-wise. I'd say the VFC is the winner when it comes to which MP7 to buy. And
I agree.
the Tokyo Marui and the KWA, they're like almost built off the same specs pretty much. So.
Yeah, the Tokyo Marui, I think it performs a little bit better. But I mean, with this VFC being a newer gas system and everything, I think this is the one to go for. Full size, feels better, it's lighter.
For sure.
Looks better. We'll kind of get into the caveats. So the KWA and the VFC, as far as I know, have a similar issue. So the KWA gets the crack of death near the pins, and there's a way to fix it. You could either buy a whole new MP7 body and throw all the internals back in, but I'll warn you, doing that—
It's gonna happen again.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again. Doing that, it's a pain in the ass. Pulling out the MP7's guts out of the body is a lot of work.
Comparison in that aspect, even the real MP7's design was to be actually worked on by an armorer. It was never intended to be just worked
Fully
on.
Strippable.
Yeah, like your M4 is, where you could just take it apart really easy. That's not how this gun was made to be, worked on.
Yeah. So going on to that caveat, there is a fix. If you take your stock plate off, the stock plate can also crack too. The stock plate will crack in this area as well, like right by the release latch for the stock. But as to fixing the body, what you could do is you could epoxy in some little pieces of metal stock, some thin pieces of metal, epoxy those in on the inside walls, because there is some room in here. If you were to look down in it, to do that. Epoxy those in, drill through that little piece of metal, and you'll have reinforcement, and it'll never happen again.
We did do it on this.
Oh, we did it.
Yeah, it's on there.
We did it on this.
It's just cracked, but it's done. Like,
oh, okay.
It cracked, and then we did it.
Yeah, okay, that's right, that's right. Yeah, so you could do a little bit of a countermeasure on that if you want to, before yours cracks, or you could do it after it cracks. It's up to you.
So what's the caveat on this one then?
So caveat on that one is, based off of what I've seen, is the stock mounting system, the metal part in the rear like buffer area, that can crack right here by the stock release.
Oh, like all right here?
Yeah, but there's this company in Germany making full steel ones that you could get.
Yeah, once it cracks, I mean, that's probably your next best option to go to.
Yeah.
Once yours cracks.
Yeah, so that's like the only caveat that I really know of. I know that the little front end caps on both of these guns, the little tab here at the bottom, there's like a little relief cut that could crack. So be a good idea to get an extra one of these just in case if you do some disassembling. Taking the muzzle off is literally, you unscrew it. You don't have to take this end cap off on the VFC. On the KWA, you have to actually take it off.
Take the whole thing off, yeah.
The other caveat on the KWA is that the buckings will swell.
Yep.
And then what will happen is you'll shoot around.
And it rolls right out.
And so yeah, one thing you might want to do is replace your bucking. I don't know how many options there are out there anymore, because it is an older platform. Circling back a little bit, the mag release is really nice on this one. Same with this one.
Yeah, the mag release on both these guns is actually very solid.
Another thing that can create that crack of death on the KWA is using your sling mounts.
Yeah, if you're gonna use your sling, you should honestly get a Picatinny rail sling adapter, because it's just not worth the risk at that point.
Yep.
What about trades?
Trades? Oh yeah, so.
On both guns, are they accurate, or?
Yeah, well,
are you getting cheesy airsoft trades on either one of these?
I think on the KWA you have a cheesy warning label right here.
Yeah.
On the American and European versions of any VFC guns that are HK, typically, they're always going to have that warning. On the Asia versions, they don't have that warning, and they have full trades everywhere. KWA has full trades on the grip, on this little marking area, Heckler & Koch, GmbH. We got 4.6 by 30, and I think the American and European versions of the KW.
It says 6mm BB.
It says 6mm BB.
So yeah, when it comes to getting these, I guess the more rare part of finding the VFC ones is finding that Asia version, right?
Yeah,
because those American ones are all over the place, and if you don't care about trades, or if you're just going to paint the gun, because I feel like this is a very paintable gun.
Yeah, it's a cool gun when painted.
That stuff doesn't matter. And at that point, I mean, I knew that I was going to paint my gun eventually, and if I didn't know about, the VFC at the time when we got ours. So, if I did, I totally would have gotten it America version or not, because I would have painted it. So I think my final conclusion, and I think Tyler's as well, save that extra $50 if you're gonna get this gun. Honestly, just go ahead and get this. Even if you can't find the Asia version, man, just honestly get the American one and paint it or something. If it bugs you to that extent,
Yeah. My money's on the VFC for sure.
Either way, ergonomically, just the MP7 itself, just going over that, I mean, it's such a fun gun, such a cool gun, and I think it feels so good in the hands. There's not really a PDW out there like it. It's just really a unique weapon. As an airsofter, come on, you gotta have one in your arsenal.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Go ahead and buy one. Don't be a loser, don't get the A2, get the A1. The folding grip is way better, and I don't care who you are, I'm gonna flame you in the comments if you think that the A2 is better, because it's not, man. The A1 is just so tough. Look at that.
Sorry, KWA. You guys did a great job.
We love you, but we don't like you.
Yeah, we don't like you for this gun.
KWA is a great gas PDW platform.
Don't get the rifles.
Yeah.
The rifles are terrible.
But their PDWs kick ass. Alrighty guys, yeah, well I think that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you learned something. Get out there, go play airsoft, don't be a loser. Along the lines of that, don't get an A2 because you will also be a loser. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is Foghorn 5. Catch you in the next video.